Hello, welcome back to our little excursion into Dragornborn.
Solstheim. Too bad. I'm not going back there anymore.
You're not going back? Look, you're the captain, aren't you?
Yeah, that's me. Why? Who sent you?
I was attacked by some cultists.
Now, hold on. That wasn't my fault. I didn't know they were going to attack anybody. I don't even know how I got here.
Well, you sailed here.
It's hard to explain. I remember those people with the masks coming on board. Then, the next thing I remember, I was here, and they were gone. That's not right, losing whole days like that. There's been something strange going on there for a while. But after this, I'm done. I'm not going back to Solstheim.
Well, it's just Rohypnol. You're taking me to Solstheim, though.
To me, I'm not going back there.
Listen, my persuasion skills are brilliant, so I'm going to persuade you.
You have a point. Taking you back to find out who sent them is the least I can do. Besides, maybe you can put a stop to whatever's going on over there. I owe them a bit of payback myself.
Sure. Okay, let's fast travel our way to a new land. Look at that. That's some. Looks like some Skyrim type armor. Not very good for a stealth character. Bright blue or bright white. Well, I'm excited about Dragornborn because it's a return to Morrowind. Of course, I am going to do a Skywind whenever there is enough work done on that to see the mainland of Vardenfall and Morrowind, but this is just as good. Going to see Solstheim is quite good. Solstheim, that Blood Moon extension, it wasn't my favourite add-on, I've got to say. Not my favourite part of Morrowind. But this looks pretty cool. I'm sure there'll be dragons. I wonder if there'll be cliff races. I don't think there'll be cliff races, although those look to be something.
This is Raven Rock.
Man, this is a fast-moving boat.
I'm all that glad to see it again. Good luck. Maybe you can figure out what's going on around here.
So, Raven Rock is the colony that you helped build, or the Neverine helped build right at the start. Well, you had to go from Fort Frostmourne over to Raven Rock, but here we are. So, search for information about Miraak.
Yeah?
Hug me.
I don't recognize you.
I'm just
So
getting
I
hugged and
assume
kissed.
This is your first visit to Raven Rock. Giolan. I was starting to wonder what happened to. Remember,
We were delayed by bad weather.
Let's listen to
Before you
these
even
guys.
ask, yes, I have the supplies you requested. But
what?
this load cost me double what we'd agreed on. Nothing I can do about it.
Damn it, Giolan, you know we don't have that much coin.
Look, the East Empire Company didn't give me a choice. They've raised their prices again, and there's nothing I can do about it.
After all these years, they're gouging us for every last drake we have. Let me talk to Laeral. I'll see what we can do.
All right, Admiral. Don't worry about rushing it. Just pay me when you can.
Your visit here will be tolerated as long as you abide by our laws.
Of course,
Otherwise, you'll answer to the Dragornborn guard.
they call them
Aye.
drakes here. Anyway, I must have not activated his auto-talk.
I've sworn to keep Councillor Morvain safe, and I intend to take that oath to the grave if need be.
Councillor Morvain is someone you met in Morrowind, so they've been around for 250 years plus.
I'm unsure. I swear I know the name, but I cannot place it.
Well, okay, he must know something.
I don't think so. I'm not. The name has something to do with the Earthstone, I think, but I'm not sure what.
So we can go and have a look at the Earthstone. Why are you suspicious of me?
As second councillor, the security of Raven Rock is my primary concern.
Well, okay.
This isn't exactly the city of Blacklight. We're on the frontier out here. We've had more than a fair share of troubles. After all we've been through together, I refuse to let Councillor Morvain down.
Why should he die? I have no idea.
Councillor Morvain is House Rederin's representative on Solstheim. As second councillor, it's my job to support him and make certain his rule is enforced.
Right, so this city of
Your
Blacklight.
ignorance of our homeland doesn't surprise me. It's the capital of Morrowind. Been that way ever since Mournhold was sacked by the Argonians. I don't visit there often anymore, but we still get the occasional supply ship and visitors from there.
Argonians, they invaded Morrowind, the evil little lizards.
Quite a while ago, yes. They cut a bloody swath across most of the southern region of Morrowind. Nobody seems certain why it happened. Attempted expansion, revenge for the enslavement of their people, or perhaps both. Whatever the case may be, thousands of Dunmen needlessly lost their lives. Many more were exiled from their homeland.
Okay, so it looks like Blacklight is the main city, but that's on the mainland, so we won't be visiting there. Let's ask about this place, Raven Rock.
Raven Rock started out as an imperial settlement, but the Empire decided to abandon it, just as my people were first setting foot here. They left the town a shambles, but when House Redoran took over, we turned it around and it became ours. And even if it's been a struggle to make this island livable, we're proud to call it home.
Okay, he doesn't tell you very much more, but Raven Rock
We're
in
watching you.
the Blood Moon expansion for Morrowind, you originally, one of your first missions for the East Empire Company was, urns to search, with ash yams. They are restore 1 point of health. So these are some sort of food. Totally useless, they're not even ingredients. But it's a good throwback, I guess. But ash yams, they used to increase, I think they used to increase strength. They were very useful anyway, and perhaps increased alchemy. But yeah, what I was talking about, back in Blood Moon, you got 3 characters, male characters, and they helped build Raven Rock. And then eventually you got one woman there, who was pretty happy because it was just one woman and 3 men, and yeah, I'm sure she had a great time. But that was the initial establishment of Raven Rock, and then you introduced a couple more people. Here is, looks like some Nirnroot and spiky grass. Nirnroot, I'll take that. Spiky grass, I'll take that. And up here, let's see this big shiny green stone. With Skaithraw, I'm sure is an ingredient. Delicious. Skaithraw, you didn't used to, well actually you did used to pick it up, but it didn't look like this, I'm sure, in Morrowind. Hello, Brazel, Drell. Yeah. All these guys are hypnotized. And you can take a pickaxe, you can start digging around.
There. You don't seem to be in quite the same state as the others here.
Nor do you.
Very interesting. May I ask what it is you're doing here?
Well, I'm looking for Mirak.
Mirak. It sounds familiar, and yet I can't quite place... Oh, wait, I recall. That makes very little sense. Mirak's been dead for thousands of years.
Yep, who's
I'm
that
not
then?
sure, but it is fascinating, isn't it?
Who is Mirak? You could tell me a bit more.
To what's going on here. Quite unexpected. I'm afraid I can't give you any answers, but there are ruins of an ancient temple of Mirax toward the center of the island. If I were you, I'd look there.
That's the shrine of... Well, this is the shrine, so we're now going to go towards the temple. What can you tell me about Morrowind?
It is the only place where silt striders can be found. Although I managed to transplant a few here when I arrived.
Is that all you can tell me?
Red Mountain dominates the island. Every now and then, ash and debris from an eruption land on our shores. And when the world shall receive...
And anything
It's
more?
the homeland of the Dunmer. The lesser races call us Dark Elves.
The lesser
Great
races.
works there, like Rivek and Aldrul. Many of them are destroyed now, either by Red Mountain or the Argonian invasion.
Vivek and where?
You are too young to remember the Nereid. He defeated Dargornborn and saved us all from the Blight.
Dargornborn. So who's telling you? Look at all this speech he's got. Let's listen to more.
The city of Vivek was destroyed. It took decades for us to rebuild. We are still but a shadow of our glorious past, but someday we will rise again.
Yeah, Neloth used to be one of the councillors as well. So he is a blast from the past.
The ignorant think it is only a place of ash and lava. It has rolling green plains and swamps and verdant hills too.
Yeah, there's the Ascadian Isles.
There is the big island of Ardenfell and the coastal mainland. House Telvanni has its properties on Bardenfell. I've never been to the mainland myself.
What? He's never been? Oh, fair enough. Okay. These people, what are they doing?
Building something, clearly, and yet they don't seem to have much to say about it. I'm very interested to find out what happens when they finish.
Yep. Have you tried to stop it?
Certainly not. Doing so would interfere with whatever is going on, and I would be unable to see how this all turns out.
Yeah. What about if it was something bad though? Or are you just not going to care about it? I guess not. Well, I'm just snatching far too many of these. These things used to be in... Yeah, those used to be in Trauma Roots. They used to be around in Morrowind as well. I do like the new music if you can hear that. Let's just... Oh, I'm just munching all this stuff. And these little upturned rocks do look very different. I did have a little thought actually while wandering around. What Skyrim is missing is any weather effects or wind, and I wonder if they'll bring that back. Back in Morrowind, of course, you did get storms and wind. Yeah, look at that, they're all standing around in water.
And when the world shall listen,
and when the world shall see
that world.
So the Reddering guards aren't very good. Now, if you click on this stone,
That seems inadvisable. Oh well. So you are able to resist the effect by exerting your will. Fascinating.
That we might
I would not
remember.
advise touching this
by
stone
night
again.
we will claim.
Repeated contact could be... Unless, of course, you'd like to contribute to my investigation.
oh, that
It
would be
Very
interesting.
enlightening to observe you.
Why don't you touch it then?
Far from our
What have we got?
fellows.
Rocks to use for building. Well, that's enough ingredient gathering, and that tells us what we need to do next. Basically, we need to wander around to the center of the mountain. I'm not going to do that. Trauma roots. I think it was edible. What have I done? Well, I don't know what happened then. Something briefly happened. What's happening? What's happening? Oh, you do get dragons here. I never thought you actually got dragons. But anyway, this is a good place to pause, because I'll take that dragon out. They're highly irritating. And I'll see you next time.